Hey everyone, today we're going to dive into a really beautiful and I think very important modern fable. It's called Mr. Nature. It's a short little story, but wow, it packs a powerful message about hope, resilience, and, well, our connection to the future of this planet. Right from the start, the story hits us with this huge, timeless question. Think about it. In a world that so often feels like it's just full of destruction, where does hope even come from? How does it survive? And maybe more importantly, how does it actually grow? This is the big idea we're going to unpack through one really remarkable character. So, let's meet our protagonist. On the surface, you see an old man, but he is so much more than that. He's really an archetype, like a living, breathing symbol of the natural world itself. And the way the story describes him is just fantastic. It doesn't just say, hey, he's old. No, it connects his body, his physical being, directly to the earth. His wrinkles aren't just from age. They're described as the very veins of an ancient tree, etched right into his skin. It shows a wisdom as old as the forests. But here's the contrast, and this is where you really get the core idea of the story. Despite his ancient look, his eyes are the vibrant green of the youngest, newest leaves. It's this powerful image that tells you everything you need to know. Nature is ancient, yes, but it's also eternally new. It always holds the potential for rebirth.
So yeah, this is exactly why we can see Mr. Nature as an archetype. He isn't just some guy, he's a timeless force. He's the enduring, patient, and regenerative spirit of nature, just walking through our modern world.
Okay, so this story definitely doesn't shy away from the hard stuff. It sets up a really stark and, let's be honest, familiar conflict. This constant clash between relentless human destruction and one person's quiet, patient, creative response. And here you see it, laid out plain as day. On one side, you got all these loud, aggressive forces of destruction, machines, fire, pollution. But look at Mr. Nature's response. He doesn't fight fire with fire. He doesn't scream or get angry. His power is in this quiet, opposite action. With infinite patience, he planted. What a profound way to think about countering negativity, you know? And for him, this isn't just something he does. It's his entire philosophy. It's a deeply held belief that for every act of destruction, he will commit an act of creation. That's some unwavering faith in the cycle of life right there. This is what brings us to the real heart of the story. This is where his mission is revealed, not just by what he does, but through this amazing conversation he has with a group of kids.
The children ask the exact question that's probably on our minds, right? It's that question that comes from feeling helpless and just kind of sad. How do you keep going when it feels like you're losing the fight?
And his reaction is just so important. He doesn't pretend it doesn't hurt. The tears in his eyes show you that he feels that loss deeply. So his hope isn't some naive, blind optimism. It's a conscious, courageous choice that he makes in spite of the sadness. He feels the pain and he acts anyway. And there it is. That's the core message of this whole thing. His motivation, it's not for him. It's an act of faith in the future. He's planting seeds not just in the dirt, but in the hearts and minds of the next generation. It's such a powerful idea about our responsibility to each other across time. So, what's the result of all this patient work? Well, the story shows us that the impact isn't always big and flashy, you know? His real legacy grows quietly, over time, and often in the most unexpected places. Just look at where these seeds of hope took root. It's not some perfect, pristine garden. No, it's in the cracks in the pavement and forgotten backyards on the banks of polluted rivers. This is what the story's all about. Life is resilient. It finds a way. That single large tree in a gray city becomes this incredible symbol that rebirth is always possible.
You can actually break down how his legacy is built. It's a chain reaction. First, it starts with his personal act of faith, the planting. Then, that act lets life sprout up against all odds. That life becomes a visible symbol of hope for everyone else. And finally, that symbol inspires a new spirit of guardianship in others. It's just a beautiful cycle.
And in the end, Mr. Nature himself transforms. He doesn't just pass away, he becomes one with his work. He becomes the invisible spirit of nature, the feeling in the wind, the rain, that little whisper in the hearts of people who decide to care. His one action becomes this permanent, guiding force in the world.
So let's bring all this together. What does it all mean? The story leaves us with a really clear and profound moral. a final takeaway that just wraps this whole journey up perfectly. This is the heart of it all. True guardianship, true care, isn't about getting an immediate reward. It's about selfless action. It's about having the faith and the vision to work for a future that you yourself might not even get to enjoy, to provide shade for generations you will never meet.
And that's what it leaves us with, this final question to think about. See, the story of Mr. Nature isn't just a fable, it's a mirror. It's asking us to look around our own lives and see who the quiet guardians are. And maybe, just maybe, it's asking us to think, what seeds are we planting for tomorrow?